Oh, mate, I had the worst dream last night. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. I dreamt that we had to play Real Sociedad and PSG without Selukvadze and Gadini. I know, mate. Can you imagine? We'd get destroyed.
Syngen samman till segerskroppen, Maltan Grindavik. Och jag vet, vid vattnen ger idag.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on The Impossible Dream. It's Season 7, Episode 8. Today in the Champions League, we face Real Sociedad and Paris Saint-Germain, and we're going to do it not only without Gadini, who I'm not actually as worried about. It's Selukvadze. He's going to be missing for both. To be fair, Gadini might be back for the Paris game, but in a team where we've already sold Bergson, Axe is suspended, having got sent off in the second leg of the qualifying playoff. As we sit here now, still do not know what sort of defence we're going to put out against Real Sociedad, never mind against Paris Saint-Germain. So it could not have happened at a worse time, and yeah, well, you can see them both there. He left up to a month for Gadini. He could be back, as I say, for the next one, but yeah, Selukvadze is definitely out. So it is terrible timing. Anyway, there are two games. We're going to wrap you up the league season since last episode. The final two games of the season, we were of course already champions. The first of those two games was against IA. We took the lead when Turpitson played in Ginger. Gudmundsson found Thomason unmarked for our second, before Turpitson made it 3-0 at half-time. So this was one of those games where we were very good in the first half, and the second half was a little bit of a non-event. Yeah, I mean, you can see from the match ratings there, people played well. We gave our young third-choice goalkeeper a game. He did well, obviously. And yeah, Ginger up front looked okay. Now, he is likely going to have to start against Real Sociedad, who is the first game, so it's good to see him getting on the score sheet as well on this one. Final game of the league season was against, I believe they finished the season runners-up. I could be wrong. It's Vikinga. The Valdo Ginger gave us the lead before Vikinga pulled level late on. So we were absolutely robbed in this one. We should have won this game so comfortably. Their only shot on target, of course, went in the back of the net, didn't it? So yeah, that is obviously disappointing. There is a new name that you'll see out here on the right wing. That was Bjornsson. This is him here, another one of the academy kids. He is training on not too badly. He's a winger, as you can see, right-footed winger, which is why we played him over on the right. So again, another one of these guys. We'll just see how he goes. He's 18 and didn't do too badly, I have to say. So yeah, that is that. Let's have a look at how the league season finished up. And yeah, it was Vikinga in second. There was nothing to play for, I remember now, in that final game. So Folgner, Vikinga, and Breedeblink will be the other teams going into Europe. I think that's pretty good because it's the same three teams that were in it this year. So, you know, the little bit of money that they'll get, hopefully anyway, they'll be able to, you know, to go on and strengthen their squad and do something useful for us in Europe. But anyway, that's how the league table finished up. Keflavik, so no derbies next season. They've gone down with Selfoss, with Grotta and Halka. And I know we do have a Halka fan that watches. They did survive for another year. So excellent news for both of those clubs as well. In terms of who's coming up, Por will be coming up along with one of Vala, Stajnen, who's that? Akura and Leitner. Now, Leitner's got a lot of money that we've given them through the Bergson transfer, so hopefully it'll be them, and they can start and build themselves into a good team that's going to help bring the league forward for us. And perhaps unsurprisingly, Gadini won the Golden Boot. I think it's the first time he's won that, actually, but 15 goals in 9 appearances is not too bad, is it? So that's excellent news. And in terms of who got medals for us, there we go there. If you see your name there, congratulations, you've just won the Icelandic Pepsi League. But yeah, that's a list of all the winners, and I'm not quite sure. It's 25, which is the number of players we have registered. I'm not sure exactly if everybody gets one or how it's quite worked out. But anyway, those are the medal winners. But we are here for Europe, so let's go see the team we're scrambling together here. Now we are expecting, it looks like a 4-4-2 out of Real Sociedad, which is perfect. It's just what I wanted, was to have two strikers up front when I don't know the defenders we're playing. This is the team that I have settled upon. So Andreasen in goal, as he always is. Koller will go left back. Hansi Mortensen will be one of the centre backs. He was going to play anyway. Depe is going to be the other man that comes into the centre halves for us. He can play it. I'm hoping positioning and tackling wise, he'll just about get away with it for us. But yeah, no confidence whatsoever. Kidland is going to play right back. It'll be Antonio, Capiello, and Bacali, although I'm wondering if Turpinson is a little bit more solid. Maybe we'll go with that. So we'll go with Antonio, Turpinson, and Bacali in midfield. Kebe, Borges, who's back fit, and Ginger will be the man up front to hopefully, if we get a chance, put it away. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. Now, of course, we did beat these team last season. It was at our home ground, though, not at their home ground. So I fear a little bit we might be in for a revenge appearance on their behalf. We've got nothing to lose here. Show them what we're capable of. All right, let's do it for the press. Yeah, I'm scared at what sort of defensive performance we're going to see here. So here we go, second away game of the league stage so far, and yeah, like I say, I'm just a little bit worried what's going to happen here. In terms of the kids, they beat Club Brugge. They lost to Real Sociedad, so they've got one win from their first 2 games, which is fine, to be honest. Yeah, obviously they'll do how they do. But yeah, it's just unfortunate timing that we aren't able to replace the players that we sold. I knew that when I sold Bergson. It was very much one to try and keep the dressing room happy. I didn't want everybody kicking off, and like I say, it was a good deal for Leichner as well. But all those things being said, what we didn't need to happen was exactly what has gone and happened here, and just find ourselves in a centre-back crisis. Axe's suspension doesn't help. In fact, it's the main reason we have the problem that we have. Because of the 3 centre-backs I thought we'd have, we only now have 1 because of his suspension, and we've fallen behind in the 3rd minute. And yeah, well, I'm, as I say, a little bit worried at what we're going to get here. And it can only be worse, actually. Not the best header from Kidland, actually, was it? It can only be worse when we play PSG. Can you imagine what they... I think Mbappe still plays for them, too. Mbappe versus Mortensen and Depe at the back could be a problem. There's an argument to say we shouldn't be attacking them as well, actually, but here we are. Inter Turku beating Porto away from home. That didn't last long. All right, never mind. Real Madrid 2-0 up over Dortmund. Depe is looking frustrated and anxious. Mate, you've just got to have to suck it up, mate. We need you to play centre-back in this game. The one thing we don't need, with Mortensen on the booking, is for him to get himself sent off here, and then we don't have any centre-backs for the next one. And that would be problematic. So, I mean, in the end, nothing really happened in that half of football, did it? Apart from the goal. Let's say unlucky. Could we get away with saying that? Looks like we can. Now, Collar is quite tight. We do have, where is he? This guy on the bench who is a good young prospect that's come through the academy. We will probably have to bring him on in the second half, to be honest. I don't think we're going to get 90 minutes out of Collar here. You can see he's already a little bit tired. So, yeah. It's been an even game. It really has. If we can find a way through, let's get this guy on the bench. They're both tied. The reason for that, essentially, is that I wasn't expecting 7-0 Real Madrid is beating Dortmund. I wasn't expecting to have to... Ginger's having a nightmare, so let's get him off for... where's our youngster? Hal Dawson. Yeah, I just wasn't expecting to have to play Depe as a centre-back, obviously. That caught me off guard a little bit. All right, what do we want to say here? They're a vertical tiki-taka side, so I do want to drop off still, I think. Defensively, it's going okay. It's maybe attacking-wise that it's not quite working. Let's try exploiting the flanks, see if we can get the wingers involved a little bit more. And, well, we've got a highlight out of it. Hopefully, it's going to be a good highlight for us. Can we win this ball back? Borges, who is not quite match sharp, having come back from injury. Kebe, Bacali, no one's playing particularly well. Some of the guys that we were kind of hoping to be key players for us. I wonder if, at what point here... Oh, and Andreasen has come out. He's not got there. And it is now 2-0. And I wonder if we... I can't change the shape because we don't have any centre-backs to play the 3 at the back. It's just... Oh, it's a little bit unlucky. Andreasen did everything he could, didn't he? Alright, let's try a demand more. But we're anxious and frustrated now, and that's not a good sign. Antonio's on a booking. I wonder if we live to fight another day with him. To be honest, away from home, it could have been a lot worse. Here's Kebe. Now, he's quick. Not the best finisher, and he's got 3 defenders back on him. But if we can get some support there, Turpinsen's coming. Antonio is coming. He did the right thing too, didn't he? And are we going to find ourselves now caught out the back? It's 3-on-2 at the back. And Andreasen on this occasion is able to make the save. All right, the high, that's not working. I wonder if we try and pass into space. We do have quick wingers, don't we? Distribute to flanks, pass into space, hit early crosses. Maybe be a little bit more direct. See if that works for us. Can we get that away? We can't, but it's over the top. Encourage if we're anxious, I suppose. It's not really happened there for us, has it? Did we even see a highlight? I don't think we did. To be honest, it's probably the result that we expected with that lineup, isn't it? So that drops us down the standings. Down we go into 24th. And what Real Madrid to come? 10-1. I'm sorry, no, we're playing Paris. 10-1. I just saw that score. That is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Are we playing Dortmund this year? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Koller is just exhausted. We do have some time off now, which is a good thing. Hopefully we'll have Gadini back. It's only Paris next, so let's see what we can do. Okay, welcome back. We are getting ready to face Paris. Gadini is fit, not match sharp, not really ready to go, but he's available, which is obviously a bonus. But this is what we're facing. A home game, our first home game in the league phase, of course, against Paris Saint-Germain. What could possibly go wrong? The kids, on one hand, though, they just went down narrowly 2-1 to Paris. So if we can get that close to... I would be very, very happy. But let's see what we can do here. We are expecting from them a sort of a 3-4-3, I guess you might call that. Mbappe up front, though. Musiala, I can never pronounce that name. He's up there as well. So yeah, it looks as though it's a bit of a weird formation that we're going to expect from them. This is the team where we've sort of clumped together here to try and get the job done for us. Andreasen in goal, Koller, Mortensen, Depe, and Kidland. To be fair, I don't think we defended too badly in that first game. What we didn't do is create much. So it's going to be Antonio, Capiello comes back in for Turpinsen and Bakali. Kibe, Borges, and Ginger will get the start up front. And, well, let's hope we can at least get a highlight from this one. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. It's not the most terrifying looking Paris team I've ever seen, to be honest, but it's no doubt still a very good one. What do we want to say to this? Nobody expect. Yeah, there's no pressure on us here, boys. We don't have any defenders. No offense to the guys playing in the back four. We don't have any defenders. We're up against one of the richest teams in the world. And we're missing, arguably, two of our best players in Suluk Vadzi and Gadini, although, as I say, Gadini is available on the bench. But quick reminder for nominees for your Viewers Player of the Year. Didn't change the marking assignments. We'll have to do that. Yeah, we'll have to get ready to vote on that shortly. Might even be next episode, actually. And while we're waiting as well, a reminder, there is no episode tomorrow being Friday. If you're watching live, the new schedule with my wife's maternity leave coming to an end is Monday to Thursday for Football Manager. So apologies, but there we go. Roofwatch is back for another episode. All right, come on, boys. How good can Mbappe possibly be? Change marking assignments. All right, now while I'm in here doing this, I've made a couple of decisions. We're not going to attack them. That seems silly. What we're also going to do is we're going to look to get the ball out wide and pass the ball into space. Kibe and Borges are both very, very quick. Kibe is actually not as quick as I thought he was, but Borges is quick. So we'll try. We'll just try and make life difficult for Paris that way, because we need to do something, don't we? We need to try and create problems for them. Here we go with Ginger, who unfortunately has lost the ball. The way they're set up too, it's very much the middle of the park is going to be. We should probably look to exploit the flanks as well, because the middle of the park is kind of blocked up, isn't it? Oh, that is not what we needed to do against Mbappe, and he's quite good, it turns out. And we were forcing them inside. Based off of that, I'm going to say we don't want to do that anymore, because poor old Koller could not keep up. Mortensen could not keep up with Mbappe. Depe did his best. And I tell you what about the finish as well? Yeah, I mean, that can happen, can't it? We're playing one of the best players in the world. What did I say I wanted to do? Let's not show them inside. Let's try and show them outside based off of that. We do not want Mbappe anywhere near running towards goal. My hope was that we kind of like would just sort of fall in on them and make it difficult for them to play, but not off of that. Now there's a nice ball there for Borges. Borges, can he pull it back? He chips it in. It's too easy for Donnarumma. And what becomes of the highlight here? Come on. Ball over the top. Depe is there. Heads it away, but it's just wave after wave, isn't it? Mortensen does well, but again, it's just coming straight back. I'm thinking maybe we don't clear the ball to the flanks. We've got a little bit of luck there as Collar picks it up. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we don't do that. Maybe we do try and build from the back because we're giving possession straight back to them. And we don't need to be doing that. We do want to try and hold on to as much as possible. Mbappe with a free kick. You imagine this is within Mbappe's range, so this is going to be trouble. He puts it just over the top. And if we can get in at half-time 1-0, I'd be relatively pleased with that, I think. This might be a little bit about just trying to protect goal difference as Tapsola gets a goal. It's 2-0. And, yeah. Missed header there from Antonio, it looks like. And, well, we'll try and demand more. Maybe the no-pressure shout was not quite the way to go. I mean, this... Oh, Bakali. I was just going to say, this is a bit of a free hit. We just need to get through it as cleanly as we can. And Bakali's got himself sent off. All right, we'll stick Turpinson on. Cappiello... Oh, no, we can't. Okay, we're going to have to put Turpinson on anyway, I think, just to try and shore up midfield. Don't we need to do that? Maybe not. Maybe we just stick Cappiello over and see what happens. Bakali did not need to do that, did he? We might... This episode might just go down as one of those where it's just anything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And, like I say, hopefully we're not on the end of a Real Madrid-Dortmund sort of scoreline. And that might be offside. We might get away with that one. Let's give them a focus. No, it was onside. So it's 3-0. We're down to 10 men. We're playing one of the favourites for the competition. Yeah, no, he's definitely onside. We have been doing stuff for next season in terms of transfers. I'll save all that for the transfer special. I'm not going to sort of drip transfers in. I think it's easy just to show it all at the start of the transfer window. But yeah, we have spent money. We do have players coming in. That is almost an own goal, and Borges does well. But yeah. I mean, some of what we do in the transfer window is going to depend on what happens as well in January window for the rest of Europe. Obviously, our transfer window doesn't open. Well, does it open? I don't think it does. Our signings get in on the 22nd of February. So, yeah, that's kind of where it is. Ginger wins the ball back for us here. Let's see what he can do. He's got Paris defenders all around him. He does brilliantly, actually. Antonio chips it in for Kebe. Could we get a goal back here? No. And what we don't want to do now is have a ball go over our head and end up in the net the other end. We're going to have to drop this line back, aren't we? We are damned if we do. We're damned if we don't. It's just... yeah. It's not going well. It's not going well. Mortensen's not having a good game. I do wonder a little bit, maybe the team talk wasn't quite right at the start, taking pressure off. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I get the feeling a little bit like it would not maybe have mattered what we said. We haven't got the players to take on a team of this quality. I mean, even arguably, if we did have Sulukvadze available, we'd still be on the end of this sort of scoreline. We've been terrible so far. Sort it out, please, boys. We're going to make some changes, though, I think, as well. Give some players a chance. So who is not playing well? Kidlin on a booking. There's no point losing him for a future game, so we'll get a Stardy on. I want to give this other left back a game. And we might leave it at that. I wonder if we do take Cappiello off for Turpinson. It's probably not a game for an advanced playmaker, is it? So we might do that. We've got the deep line playmaker in Antonio, so that might be the best thing to do. And we'll just play the way we usually do play. And see what happens, I suppose. I'd say we'd make a change at centre-back. We don't have anybody to make a change with, so we can't do that. I mean, we've had 50% possession, so I do think that's important, you know, to play a team, you know, as good as this and to be able to keep the possession. What we don't have, right, obviously, is the killer edge that they do, as Borges at least has a shot on goal. We don't, you know, we just don't have the players that are as good as that. And equally, they have players that just are a little bit too good for the way we can defend. So it's disappointing to concede 4.5, obviously. There's no way around that. But yeah, well, there are positives to take that, you know, in a season or two's time, once we get maybe some better players in with the money we now have to spend, as they've scored another one there. Yeah, you know, there might be some hope. The groundwork, I think, is there, but this is not going to be one we want to remember. A study, yeah, I mean, Kebe was the man, didn't he? He let him go, didn't get close enough. And that was that. It might be a good chance to get Godini some match fitness here. We are playing friendlies in between games, so you know, we will get some match fitness that way. We've actually had more possession here. We've not done anything with it, but we have had more possession. They were a vertical tiki-taka side, so the same as Real Sociedad, but obviously different level to what Real Sociedad are. Astadi, I've made the decision as well. He won't be staying for next season. We did have the option, as I said last episode, we did have the option to sign him for about 700 and something grand, I think it was. I've just not seen enough from him. Even though he is a high potential player, he's just, I don't remember him playing well. I'm sure he has at some point, but it certainly doesn't feel like a game that he's played well, or it does feel like a game, yeah, that he's played well in. If I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm babbling on, it's of course I am. I'm just a little bit annoyed at the way this is going. It's a waste of time for everybody. It's going to be 6. Like I say, the most annoying thing is that Bakali's got himself sent off. If we're looking for good news to come out of this is the last game of Axa's ban, so he'll be back for the next one. We've got a little bit of time off. Suluk Vadzi might even be back, so that'll be at least something. But yeah, it's not quite Real Madrid versus Dortmund, but it is, it's in that realm, isn't it? 6-0. We have been absolutely pounded into submission, and we've not been helped by the fact that we had 10 men. So there we go. So we dropped down to 28th, a -7 goal difference. Now, this has just been a bit of an episode to forget, really, hasn't it? I'd say we could blame Bakali, but to be honest, we were already, 2-0 down at that time, so we've come unstuck in a very big way. Collar is still needed to rest. I mean, you had 2 weeks off, man. What more? He was away with international duty, I suppose. Yeah, I don't think the Icelandic manager is going to really have liked what he saw. Bakali accepts his ban. He's going to miss the Napoli game. We're going to miss the Napoli game as well. I suspect that's not going to go particularly good away from home. So what we will do, we'll be back next time. A reminder, it'll be next week for Karabag and RB Leipzig at home. Winnable games, you'd say. We beat RB Leipzig at home last season, and Karabag is a game we really should be winning. So yeah, don't forget to go and nominate your MVP, your Viewers Player of the Year. We'll be voting on that next episode, and yeah, I will see you next time for that. Sorry about today; it's been very disappointing. Take care.